So what's going on, guys? My name's Violent. Welcome to GRIZZ Zombies. Today, we're going to be taking a look at comic issue number 6 of the Call of Duty Zombies comic book. That's right, telling a little bit more story and backdrop to what's happening in Black Ops 3. We're going to be finding out today when that's going to be releasing, and as well, in addition, how much it's going to cost. We'll be looking at the previous costs of all of the other comics to kind of wage that decision, and also when you can expect the next Zombies content to be dropping for World War II. Maybe some of you guys are interested on when like the reveal trailer is going to be taking place. I did look back at the history of when Infinite Warfare Zombies, the last rendition of the Call of Duty Zombies franchise, was released, and Gamescom is when that was going down. So let's take a look at the dates right quick of Gamescom this year in 2017. So we do have a little bit of time yet before this actually begins, but August 22nd through the 26th is when Gamescom is going to be taking place, and we will be getting our World War II Zombies trailer, the official reveal trailer at that time. That is what happened with Infinite Warfare Zombies, so taking from that example, that's what I believe we can expect our next reveal trailer. As a true Zombies fan, I'm really excited for this new Zombies mode. It does appear that Sledgehammer Games did have access to Treyarch Sandbox for this game mode, so we will be seeing a rendition advanced from Nazi zombies like we know before into Sledgehammer's next game. But perhaps what's even more interesting is that during this time we actually have the release date of comic book issue number 6, the final comic in the Call of Duty Zombies comic book. This issue has the community thrown for a loop. Richtofen does appear to have different eye colors, and a lot of people are wondering what that means. Well, we will be finding out August 23rd this year, 2017. That's when the comic book officially releases, and you can buy it on iTunes as well. All of these are available on iTunes, which brings me into the price scheme of $3.99. It does state on Dark Horse Comics, if you look on the website, that this will be $3.99, and relating it to all the previous comics, they were all $3.99. So $4 is what you're spending digitally. So if you're planning on reading this on your iPhone or anywhere digitally on your computer, it's really easy to have access if you have iTunes, so I highly recommend you take that route. I did just check on my actual comic because I did get 3 versions of the very first comic that I wanted in person that I can hold, but the cost is $3.99. So if you go to your local comic book store and you ask for the Call of Duty Zombies comic, it's very possible that they'll have the 5th issue. It's been pushed out, and if your comic book store is up to date, it will have the most recent comic, and you will be able to catch up and collect it in person if you're a collector of these as well. Now, I only have the first comic. I'm not purchasing all of them, but what I will do once it's all released, and I will announce probably a bundle package if that does come eventually, but what I want to do is create a highlight video of the first comic going into the last comic and just give you the main points of what you need to know. So if you do like that idea, drop a like on this video right now and comment below that you would actually like to see something like that. And also, if you're new and you're just subscribing to my channel, comment down below. Let me know that you're new, and I'll welcome you. So to round up what I just told you, Gamescom actually starts the 22nd, and the next day, the 23rd, is when the comic will release, okay? So at that point, we'll probably have our last loading screen, and I will do an update on that loading screen because I have been doing that the entire time so far. And the loading screens are what I'm updating right now, but I will do a highlight video consisting of all the information you need to know on my channel if you're a Call of Duty Zombies fan. But until that time, I'm covering the loading screens, and we can expect more on that coming up, because we do got one more loading screen to go with the final comic. And I believe the last comic's going to focus on the empty Earth when they actually get the Chronorium and bring it to Richtofen underneath Alcatraz, and that's when that whole shenanigans happen. So let me read the actual description of the final comic so we can get a little bit of clarity on what's going on. Misty, Russman, and Marlton have risked life and limb in order to follow the insane directives of a voice in Stuhlinger's head. They were promised escape, and all of the scars and bruises will be worth it if they end up somewhere that's not full of vicious zombies. But they don't know who's really giving up the orders. Can they be trusted? Now, it is rumored that the undead Richtofen, the zombie Richtofen, is helping them actually achieve grabbing the Chronorium and bringing it to the Richtofen in Alcatraz. Now, this is what we learned from the timeline that was released earlier on, and what's interesting about this is that not all the details here are given. It's just, can we trust this voice? That voice is the Richtofen in Alcatraz giving them the orders through their head. Now, how this paradox works relating to the old version where Richtofen was in the MPD, it's very confusing, and I think there's some sort of paradox here happening between Moon and Buried that can properly explain this, but I don't know if we're going to see that in this last comic. It is a true factor in our storyline, and I think it needs to be touched on just a little bit more. Now, the paradox only exists because Maxis was teleported to the tunnels of Buried, which interferes with the endgame that's actually happening there, and the Moon paradox, which goes into the Moon Easter egg happening as well. So there's something going on there in the timeline that needs to be explained a little bit better. And Treyarch's really good at giving us very small clues to explain a lot of things. So I'm expecting something in this last comic to give us some clarity on that. But yeah, go ahead and do yourself a favor, mark it in your calendar that Gamescom is the next event that we're going to see zombies information, at least for World War II zombies. We will have DLC 3 coming for Infinite Warfare. Best believe I'm going to have you covered with that information. But when we're focusing now on the comic book and what's happening at Gamescom, they're happening simultaneously. So August 22nd through the 26th is GameCon, and the comic book release is the day after it starts on the 23rd. That's what we want to take from this video, and more information on DLC 3 for Infinite Warfare will be coming very shortly. We should be expecting some sort of trailer happening in the very near future, probably next Tuesday. But until then, guys, I will see you in the next video. Viollent out!